Kia ora and hello to Cheeky Badger. And today we're going to continue picking up stones from our massive field. And I've thought we might put the stones through a portable cement factory and maybe make a little bit of extra cash that way. So I thought we'd just carry on and have some fun. Thank you all for joining, I appreciate it. Hope you've all had a good day. It's been Saturday here, so off work, so that was good. Had a day off work. So I spent time working on a map in FS25, just setting it up the way I'd like it set up. And you might see that come up very soon in a map tour to begin with, and then a let's play. So I thought we'd have a nice early start and continue on with the stone picking. And I noticed today that Why Not Gaming had his first video in FS25. He'd only just received a PS5. Up until then he could only play FS22. So he set up his PS5 and did his first broadcast from FS25, so that was exciting for him and exciting for his community as well. I'm trying out this new weather mod and we'll just see what it's like. As I was setting up the other map, I had it on and it told me it was going to be thick snow. And we did get thick snow, so it'll be interesting to see how we go, especially with the moisture side of things. Giants can get their texture issues fixed by the next patch. It would be good to have that fixed for the DLC. It's more of an immersion thing than a game-breaking thing, though. You know, the fields still get ploughed and planted and all that. It's just the immersion and the look. And I also found out today on another stream that there's a mod conflict between Power Tools and Courseplay. But I was reading the GitHub page for Courseplay, and the modder for Power Tools had become aware of the issue. And even though he doesn't use Courseplay, he still has pushed out a fix for it, and it's currently sitting in ModHub waiting to be released. So I thought that was really neat to see the community working together like that. I have to admit, I haven't actually used Courseplay on the FS25. I haven't really needed to for my gameplay, but yeah, I think Courseplay would come in very handy for you know, the likes of doing multiple combine harvesters on a large field, or you know, cultivators. Anytime that you're using multiple equipment on a large field, Courseplay I think would definitely work quite well on that one. I just haven't quite got to that stage yet. But tomorrow I'll probably do a map discovery of Calmsden Farm. I haven't done that yet. I haven't done a Calmsden Farm. I know lots of people have done Calmsden Farm, and you know, I think everyone's seen Calmsden Farm, but this one will be a little bit different. This one will be a Kiwi sim edit. So there might be a few little surprises in there. So it will be a little bit different to the standard map. But everything that I've done in there has been done with mods available in Mod Hub. And I haven't used Giant's Editor to make any changes. It's just adding mods and doing a little bit of landscaping. So, you know, it just shows how powerful this game is, that, you know, you can take a well-known map and, you know, you can make a change to it and to make it your own map, you know. It is unique to you. No one else is going to have a map like that. So I'm looking forward to showing you the map, and I'll hope you like the changes that we've done. Okay, so just through the trees there is our cement factory. Let's see if we can turn this on. Okay, cement bags. Maybe we do some cement bricks and some roof plate. Okay, so that might give us a little bit of extra cash from the stones that are in the field. Once we're finished with the, once it's used up all the stones, then we can possibly sell it, and hopefully what we make on the stones will more than pay for it. Hello, rocket scientist. How are you? Hope you've had a good Saturday. You didn't have to work too hard, hopefully. There's always something to do around the house, no doubt. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Oh, that's nice. It's always a big event in the life. I was saying I spent most of today working on the Calmsden farm map, just setting things up the way I'd like to for a Let's Play. So it looks a little bit different to the standard map now. I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. I didn't use Giant's editor, I just used the mods and the landscaping tools. So I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. Thought I would show everyone tomorrow night. I've set up a little cement factory to process these stones into cement and that sort of thing, so hopefully we can make a little bit of extra cash from the stones. I don't know if you've heard, Rocket, or not, but there's a mod conflict between Courseplay and Power Tools. So I don't know if you use either of those two mods, but if you do, you could be asked for a password in Courseplay. So the modder for Power Tools has fixed the problem, and he's got the fix sitting in at Giants at the moment. But until then, you probably will have to choose between Courseplay or Power Tools. Yeah, I've found I haven't needed Courseplay since Giants have released the guided steering, or steering assistance. I haven't needed Courseplay. I think for me, Courseplay would be more if I'm going to be setting up multiple tractors on a field. That's where Courseplay would come in handy. I don't think Giants can handle multiple tractors too well. I remember in FS22 on a Brazilian map, I created a huge field of cotton, and had about 4 cotton harvesters working on the field at the same time. It was a beautiful thing to see. I'm also thinking of putting in a pig fattening unit and have some pigs on the land here. I'll probably have to buy the pig food in though, because I just find the pig food recipe too complicated. I see NVIDIA's released the date, the launch date for their, I think it's the 5070 Ti. It's going to be in late February. But with trouble with NVIDIA is it's one thing to launch it, it's another thing to actually have it on the shop shelves. Thought I'd empty the trailer while I was passing by. Okay, I'll just be right back. There we go, that's a bit better. Remember to keep an eye on the fuel as well. With it being such a big map, I go through the fuel a lot quicker than I'm used to. What's the map telling me for stones? Okay, looking good. Good morning, FS Consultancy. How are you? Hope you're feeling well and you're had a little bit of a rest from your stream. So I'm just finishing off picking up the stones off of this field. No, it's the same field I had. I've just chopped the grass in it, and then I have ploughed the grass in, so just getting rid of the stones now. So it's all still part of the one field with the central location in the middle that I purchased at the beginning. So still just the one field. I'd need to get some workers if I'm gonna get another field. It'll be oat in this field because I've missed the planting for wheat or barley. Well, I suppose sunflowers could be an option. It's not something that I do too often, is sunflowers, so... Yeah, you finding the undervolting is working? It's making the game run a bit smoother? Yeah, you got to be earning a lot of income to pay that. Okay, so you undervolted the GPU as well, so yeah, I know my fans really kick up sometimes, so yeah, maybe I'll look at doing that. Although I still think a lot of my problem is a lack of VRAM, but yeah, I've heard reports that people are saying it reduces the stuttering. Good morning, Klaus. How are you today? I definitely had an interesting Saturday. I spent most of it A, watching FS Consultancy, and B, at the same time setting up the Calmsden map for a new gameplay, and I'm quite pleased with the way it's turned out. I've done a few changes to a certain portion of it and built my own farm in there. -5, yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Nacho. Yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, -5 class. That's a cool day. I've got that to look forward to in the middle of the year. Yeah, well, officially we're sort of only a few days away from spring, so yeah, hopefully. Hopefully it'll start warming up. Yep, still stone picking, just got a little bit to go and then that's finished. And I did put in a portable cement factory. So did you get the snow that they were forecasting the other day? Yeah, I'm hoping I can make a bit of extra cash to cover the cost of the purchase of it, and yeah, we'll see how we go from there. Oh, that's good. Makes life a bit easier if it's just a little bit of snow. Right, double check we've got all the stones. That's good. Oops. Maybe there's a reason why I haven't built a fence yet. Oh, that's a lot of snow, Klaus. Yeah. Yeah, Nacho, it's a FrechDach map, or translated to Cheeky Badger, so it's easier for me to get my tongue around Cheeky Badger, he says, and botches it up. It's a 4x map. It's really good. It's a small file size. Possibly lacking in some detail in some places, but he's really worked hard to, make it a nice looking rolling map. And I think everywhere you go in a tractor there's enough detail to keep you happy, so I'm quite impressed with it. I'll grab my notes that I had. Here we go. So yeah, this map is only 188 megabytes. In comparison to, say, Calmsden Farm, which is 703 megabytes. And this map is 4 times the size of Calmsden Farm, so the map maker's done a really good job of keeping the file size down. Yes, I do need a lot of diesel, and I'm keeping an eye on it because I don't want to run out. I do think with the file size that it would probably run really well on a console, but I think Giants have still got that hard and fast rule that they're not letting the 4X maps onto the consoles yet. As you can see, the locals here regard stop signs as a suggestion, not a rule. Yeah, he's done a few compromises to, make a smaller file size. But I think in the scheme of things, they were worth it. I'm just going to head up to the fuel station, and I can probably explain a bit better there. Because the fuel station is actually a really good example. Now make sure I go the right way. So if you have a look at the service station here, he's got a lot of detail on the outside, you know, pot plants, electric chargers, that sort of thing. But when you actually look inside the building, it's completely empty and lacking any detail. And I think that is basically the compromise the map makers made. Without having all that detail in there, he's been able to reduce the file size of the map. So I think he's made compromises, but he set out to build a small map, so I think that's good. Yeah, Klaus, this is a fast tractor, all right. Alright, we're filled up. I like the way he's set up the roads. They flow quite nicely. And I can still get lost on them. Yeah, if I was using one of those, I think I'd have a truck and trailer to cart it around with. I did mention that actually, that because of the size of the map. Let's drive on the correct side of the road for Europe, not for where I live. I did mention that, you know, the size of the map does encourage you to use a truck and trailer unit to cart your tractors around because of the speed of the tractors. So yeah. No sir, I drive on the left side of the road. Have I got lost? I think I've got lost again. Yes, I have. years ago, the schools would get in what they call a school journal, which had different things in order to teach students, and one of them was actually a play that someone was being a driving instructor. And they were going, so the left side is the right side of the road to drive on. Oh, so you want me to drive on the right side of the road? No, that's the wrong side. You need to drive on the left side. That is the right side. And it just kept going on like that for quite a while. From all points of view, everything is upside down. When we think of the south, we think of cold temperatures. In the northern hemisphere, south means warm temperatures. And down here, Christmas time always means summer holidays. And June is our cold start of winter. Hey, looks like I'm going to have to make a pile of stone, and I'm going to have to get a front loader to load them in to the factory. Yeah, Nacho, not sure if that question was for me. I'm actually a New Zealander, Kiwi, so hence the name of the channel. It's funny how muscle memory can take over sometimes, and you just start driving on the wrong side of the road for the map. bit more scary when you've been driving too often on European maps and you start driving on the wrong side of the road in real life. Ah, Tasmania. Awesome. Unfortunately, I haven't been there in real life, but I did fly over it with Flight Sim, and it looks like an amazing island. Yeah, it's one of those things with the time zone and all that sort of thing. When I stream at this time, it's quite a good time for New Zealand. Yeah, it's okay time. It's probably a little bit early for Australia. Morning time for sort of the Central Europe area. Very early morning for UK, and extremely early morning for much of the US. So I don't see too many US people on the stream, although we have had a couple pop in and say hi, which was nice. Yeah, so without daylight savings, Central Europe is about 12-hour difference. Is your time daylight saving? No, you. Sorry, silly question. Uh, we have daylight savings here, but you won't there at the moment. Okay, probably some time to earn some money from contract. Yeah, that'll be about the same time our daylight saving ends, so it'll probably increase the time difference to 14, I think. Okay, I think I've got the map. If I remember, I might put the different time zones into my Discord when we change over daylight saving. Because yeah, times will change a little bit. So I always try to start my stream at about 8 p.m. or 2000 hours if you speak 24-hour clock. And New Zealand, currently New Zealand daylight savings time, but that will change to New Zealand Standard Time once daylight savings ends. I always think these spraying contracts are a good way to earn some quick, easy money. As long as we don't wreck the boom on trees. Yeah, I think it's sugar beets, not too sure. I'll hop out and I'll check when I get to the end of the row here. Yep, sugar beet. And yes, that will take ages to harvest. I may pass on that one. Although sugar beet is still a lot easier than carrots or parsnips or beetroot with the default harvesters. They are nasty. I saw a contract came up. There was something like 102 euro. Actually, I need to change that, don't I? Changed it for Calmston and haven't changed it back for this one. Yeah, it was 102 euro to harvest some carrots. It was a large field. And what I found too was you really needed multiplayer, because the 4-row carrot harvester doesn't have any sort of hopper, so it's got to be dumped straight into a trailer, which means you've got to have an intelligent tractor trailer driver next to you, and AI are not intelligent enough for that job. I agree. I guess it must be like that in real life, and so they've only copied it. Yeah, Klaus, I actually tried it with course play and it wasn't much better. I think course play likes to have a hopper that it can feed into. Yeah, I was hoping Giants might have had their AI workers a little bit better trained, but it wasn't the case. So yeah, not a contract you want to take on if you've got a console, that's for sure. Yeah, they definitely need hand holding, that's for sure. And the AI road traffic can leave a lot to be desired as well. I've had a couple of times where I'm going straight through and definitely have the right of way at the intersection, but they still turn in front of you. Yeah, I quite often have to laugh at that. They'll overtake you, then they've got enough sense to know they're approaching an intersection, so they actually have to back off and sit behind you again. What, you mean with all the Teslas falling off the road? Oops, I should be careful, otherwise Elon will be suing me. Hey, that's actually a nice touch. I hadn't noticed that before. But you've got the boom arms sitting in that rocker rest. Okay. You see new things every day. I suppose that can be put down to simple things amuse simple minds. Yeah, giants can surprise you sometimes with the detail they can include. And then they can surprise you with what they can let through as well. Especially with their textures at the moment. Yes, I do have my own farm. The premise for this gameplay is I've left the city and I'm trying to be a farmer, having left the big corporate offices. So I found this field here to be fascinating with the circle piece in it. So I'll hop out of here and then maybe we'll head back to the farm. Might return a bit of equipment. Yeah, I usually, before I started streaming, I would quite often have a story in my head, and I'd sort of be running through that story. One of my favourite maps I played on was Griffin, Indiana, because he'd set that up so well for a start from scratch. And yeah, so I sort of walked in off the highway, and yeah, someone loaned me a bike, and I was able to go and do some contracts, earn a bit of money, buy a small field, put some greenhouses in. Then start a contracting business, and then brought a farm. So that map really lent itself to that kind of gameplay. I enjoyed it a lot. We just don't talk about the map edges on that map. If you have a look at some of my map discoveries that I've got on my channel, Nacho, you'll start to understand my fixation with map edges. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. We try to have a relaxed, cruisy stream and, you know, just chat away. I try to play semi-realistically, although auto-load is definitely one of my tools. It's the first time I've noticed music from the ice cream van. The ice cream van and I have a little bit of history. Well, most of us do. There is this character called DJ Goham. You may have heard of him. Well, this is the farm I brought. Basically, it was a deserted farm. When I first moved in, the field was just overgrown with weeds and grass. Had a disused market garden. It was fully overgrown. And so one of the first things I did was clear that up and get that growing again. There's an old shed on it. And the storyline is the old homestead burnt down, so all we've got is a whole lot of rubble that we're just trying to clear now. So we've got the water tank from the homestead, well, And the outhouse. No farm would be complete without an outhouse. Yeah, I think most people know him. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. I enjoy watching his mod reviews and that sort of thing. So there was an old windmill on there, so we've converted that to a sleeping residence until we get a new house built. So just to speed things along a little bit, I've got part of the storyline is the EU is trying to get new farmers up and running, and disused land up and running as productive land again. So for the first 12 months they will give me approximately $1 million or €1 million, but the catch is I have to spend the $1 million on the farm. So I don't think that'll be too hard, but yeah, so that's sort of the storyline that I've got going on this gameplay. And so far it's been a bit of fun, a lot of contracts, made a bit of money, so I was able to afford that new tractor with the we baled the grass into silage bales. So yeah, so that's sort of the gameplay at the moment. I'm thinking of putting some pigs in. That should count towards our €1 million grant. But yeah, I've just got to get through winter. Winter's going to be fun. But yeah, I just thought this piece of land was interesting with the circle of wood and grass in the middle. Looked interesting. But tomorrow night I'm probably going to do a map discovery on Calmsden Farm. I think everyone's seen map tours of Calmsden Farm, but I've added my own little twist to it. So it's a Calmsden Farm Kiwi Sim Farmer edit. When I say edit, it's not a Giants editor edit. I'm not that skillful, but I've basically used just mods and the landscaping tools that are built in to build a farm with a little bit of a twist. And I've done a little bit of research, and I think it is fairly realistic what I've done. So I'm looking at doing that tour tomorrow night, and then maybe alternating between this map and yes, thanks mate. Yeah, you give us too much credit, mate. You give us too much credit. Yeah, we want to alternate between this map and Calmsden Farm. I do want to play Calmsden Farm. I like Oxygen David's maps and that, but I've liked this map. You know, how can you not like it when you've got a view like that at sunset? It's that is just, yeah, takes your breath away. So I'm thinking of probably putting the pigs in here and maybe putting a silo in for the pig food and get the pig food delivered. and hopefully we can get this area cleared up shortly and we can start building a house here. So that's sort of where we're at the moment. I'm afraid I've had a bit of a busy day, so I might actually call it a night here. They will be, mate, they will be. Thank you all so much for joining and for joining into the chat. Do appreciate it. It's nice to have people along for the ride, and you know, I'm glad that people are enjoying it. So if you have enjoyed it, please hit the like button. Feel free to share it with whoever you like. And if you haven't done so already, I'd appreciate the subscription. But until next time, I'd like you all to have a good day, a good evening, or a good morning, wherever you are in the world, and whatever time you are watching this. And until next time, bye.